Hey guys, I'm Alex, Orlando Rivera here. Um, I am, this is a review on Fallout 76 and how good the graphics are, how good the game is, how good the Anyways, I'm just gonna talk about it basically. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is the graphics. The graphics, the graphics in the beta were not good, but also not bad. So the graphics in the beta were pretty good. When the full game released, it was beautiful. I love the art style. I love everything. The light shining on the trees, beautiful. Now, another thing that I also like about the graphics is how it runs smoothly. Like, it's really good. And, to be honest, it is way more cooler than Fallout 4, I would say. Because, first of all, the map's, like, huge. Like, it at least took me 2 days to explore one part of the map. But, another thing is, we'll get into the map part later, but, another thing is, the graphics are much more better than Fallout 4. I would just like to say that. Like, at nighttime, it is pretty cool, but in daytime, when you go to the mire, I'll explain to the mire what that is later, but when you go to mire, it's amazing. It's actually really cool. So, I would say, out of 1 to 10 in the graphics, I would say probably like a 10, because that was really good. Now, moving on to the enemies or designs or NPCs. The enemies were amazing in the game. Like, I just like this. Fallout 76 was the best game I've ever played in the entire Fallout franchise. I played Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 2, and stuff. I played, like, I think, like, probably all of the games. And what makes Fallout 76 the best game is probably how the enemies act. Like, with the new addition of, like, the Scorch Beast, Grafton monsters now, I guess, the Mothman, like, all that stuff is pretty cool. But, like, I would just like to say, I kind of hate it when how, I don't really know how to explain this, but they add in old monsters from old games into new games. Like, I kind of expect, like, just new enemies, no old enemies. Like how they added in the Death Claw, that annoys me a little bit, because in Fallout 4, I just got wrecked by Death Claws. Like, when I saw one, I just started running in Fallout 4. Now in Fallout 76, I'm like, okay. I pull out RPG, kill it immediately. But, I think what bugs me the most is about the enemies is probably how they can kill you, like, instantly. I mean, I know like, it could have higher level or lower level, but, like, I mean, I am level, like, 20 right now by the time I'm recording this video, and it was pretty bad when I tried to fight a Snallygaster. It at least took 5 shots on me to kill me. It's a Snallygaster. And he was only, like, 1 level ahead of me, 2 levels. And, yeah, that was kind of bad. What I hate the most about, what I hate a lot about the game is This is kind of some things I don't like about Fallout 76. I'll get into like all the things I do not like in Fallout 76 later, but right now I'm just talking about a little bit about things I don't like. And there's one more thing that I have to say about the enemies is, first of all, I just love the enemies, and second of all, some enemies that I want to find especially are hard. Like, I've been trying to find a Grafton monster for a while. Couldn't find one. I've been trying to find a honeybeast, those giant anther bee things. Could not find one. They are very hard to find. Scorch beasts, they're pretty easy to find. I just go to Canberra Bog, find them everywhere. Things I rarely find is I saw the Mega Sloth for the first time. That was pretty cool, but I mean, I kept on running because I was in the mire. Running right because I was trying to join the Enclave. And I'll talk about the fractions later on. But, me and my friend, Mr. Camo Cat, we were both in the mire, and we heard a Scorch Beast. And it was like level 55 or 60. And we started running, we were like, oh my god. And then out of nowhere, feral ghouls, like level 50 feral ghouls start running at us. So then we got scared. We keep running different directions and finding new things. Like one time, I think we ran into the direction that Mega Sloth. It attacked me. And we were just both running and screaming. And, I think I encountered like 5 Deathclaws in the mire. But one Deathclaw killed my friend. I was still running. I felt like being a douche, so I did pick up his junk. And I gave some of it back, but then I kept like the rest of it. He said it was fine, so I mean, kind of not a douche, but also a douche at the same time. And I really love the enemies because they're so cool, awesome, scary. But my friend commented on how cool the enemies look, and I'm like, yeah, they're really cool. And then that's when we go to join the Enclave, we do some quests, and then blah blah blah. Actually, speaking of the Enclave, I really like how you get a big RPG. Sadly, it was too overweight for me, and my stash box is like full already. So I did sell it for kind of a lot of caps. But I did sell it for this level 30 Power Fist. I don't know if that was a bad thing to do, but that Power Fist did like 100 and a level damage. And I kind of like using weapons from other Fallout games, like in Fallout 4, how you get that, the Power Fist. I was really excited to use it because I had never saw it in Fallout 76 before, so I was like, oh hell yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to a new topic, and that's gonna be the weapons. Now, the weapons in Fallout 76 are probably the best part about Fallout 76, despite multiplayer. But I remember I had a sniper rifle, and this guy was walking around over in Flatwoods, or that big bridge, the big light blue bridge called West River Bridge or something. And he was walking across the bridge. I was down below the bridge. I see the guy, and I'm like, he shoots me once with, I think, he shot me with the short hunting rifle, and I'm like, okay, this guy wants to fight. And he was kind of low level, but I pull out my sniper, aim straight for his head. I hit him. I do like half the damage. He jumps down without power armor. He gets knocked down, and I finish him off. Like, that sniper rifle was pretty overpowered, I said to myself. And then, like, after like a few minutes, I didn't have a good time. There were some weapons that I kind of hated from my whole playthrough of Fallout 76, but I think the worst weapon I've ever used was probably the Alien Blaster. I don't know if Bethesda's listening to this, but if you want people to think that's a rare weapon, then you should upgrade it a lot, because I'm pretty sure that damage does. Because I'm pretty sure when you shoot that thing at something, it does nothing. Like literally nothing. Like I think I think I found the alien blaster. I shot it at a Deathclaw. It was still at 100 health. After like 5 shots, still 100 health. And it took me 22 shots to finally took 1% of the damage out. And I was like, okay, this gun sucks. And then I killed a Deathclaw with a freaking Hunker Buster. But I didn't sell the Hunker Buster right. I didn't sell the Hunker Buster right away though, if you're asking me. I sold it after a while because like I had got new stuff like Raider power armor and my friend's like, hey, do you want a hazmat suit? And I'm like, okay, yeah. He drops like one of them. I pick him up. I'm overcumbered. So I walk over to my stash box to store some stuff in there. It's over. My stash box is full. So then I get a bit worried, and I had to sell my Hunker Buster. Or my Bunker Buster, sorry. I've been calling it Hunker Buster this entire time. But, I mean, it was kind of sad to losing it, but I got a totally better weapon out of it. And I love melee weapons as well. Like, that's probably my favorite thing. I'm pretty sure I got a legendary axe that was actually really overpowered. Like, it was pretty good. I got it out of, like, a Mirelurk thing. But, anyways, moving on to another topic. We're going to talk about the map. Now, the map is, like, freaking huge. Once again, it took me 2 days just to discover one big area. Because, like, I kept taking breaks. Like, I played a little bit of Fallout, took a 1 hour break, I came back to it, took an hour break, came back to it, took an hour break. I kept on repeating that, and I didn't get a whole lot, but I discovered like half of Cranberry Bog in 1 day, and the next day I discovered the entire Cranberry Bog. It was really tough because I had to came across a Mirelurk Queen that it was not good. I had to came across 3 Scorch Beasts and 2 Snallygasters that were just chasing me around everywhere. Like from the Mirelurk Queens all the way to the Scorch Beasts, they were just following me around everywhere. I'm pretty sure I had to climb up onto like I had to go into a building just to get away from them. But after like a few minutes of discovering that, I went over to the Mire Discovery place. Didn't even last like a minute over there. Like right when I walked into the area, I hear a Scorch Beast die immediately, and it was the same Scorch Beast we ran into when we were trying to join the Enclave. But because we were like I was like in the same server like every day, but like, and I also remember going to what was that place called again? I don't really remember, but it was something called like the Fog or something. No, it was where like a lot of mole miners are. That giant machine with like the big saw. But after that, I went over to what was that place called again? Wavy Village Water Park. I forgot what the biome was called. But I went to the water park and there was this weird glowfish thing. I don't really know how to explain it, but it was really weird. That was probably really cool, and The last thing I want to talk about, or one of the last things I want to talk about, is fractions. The things you can join. And I'll talk about them and what they do. And I'm going to first start off with the first faction I've ever joined. And that was the Enclave. Now, you probably don't know what the Enclave is, unless you are like level 30 in Fallout 76, but I'll just explain it briefly, so now you can understand more. The Enclave is a government thing made by the government, and since Bethesda didn't want Fallout 76 to be full of humans, the place is overrun by robots. Now, when I first entered the Enclave, I met this guy called Mortis or something, and he was a giant computer screen, or terminal, and he usually made smiley faces indicating that he's happy for what I did, because you gotta go on quests and stuff and blah 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 to join the Enclave. But after I did that, he was happy, you know, and I'd just like to remind you, you get the best power armor in Fallout 76 when joining the Enclave. But after that, he just sent me on some missions, and I did them. And some of them are hard, some of them are easy. Like Officer on Deck was I'm still stuck on it right now. And I gotta kill like 10 Scorched Beasts or do Enclave events. And Enclave events are kinda hard to find, trust me. But there was a quest before Officer on Deck that was called Back to Basic. That was kinda hard. Actually, it was the most easiest thing ever. Like, you just gotta wear an army suit, and then you gotta go through these, what are these called again? You gotta go through, like, some tests, basically, to improve your skill. Like, I think you have to improve your agility or something by doing a parkour course, I'm not sure. And your intelligence by accusing someone, and your marksmanship by shooting things. And that was all the ones I could really do. And then there was this last one where you gotta like fight off stuff, so kind of like marksmanship, but it's actually real life things. Real things like a Protectatrons and Mr. Handy, and like a level 22 Mr. Handy that beat the shit out of me. But there's a lot of other stuff that that was oh yeah, there's another one called Brotherhood of Steel. You probably heard it if you ever played Fallout 4 or any of the other games that have Brotherhood of Steel in it. I kind of forgot. But I'll just tell you one thing that's amazing about the Enclave. Not only do you get like the best power armor in the game, you get to launch nukes. Now, if you didn't hear, you can launch nukes in Fallout 76. Now, it might be hard to find nuclear launch codes because you find them off of officers with like stuff on the back, or farewell officers or whatever. But when you join the Enclave, every like 30 minutes, you get to choose any nuclear launch code for every site. Like Site Bravo, Site Alpha, any site. Now that was really amazing for me, and that's the only thing why I tried to join the Enclave. Also for the power armor. And the Brotherhood of Steel kind of has the same thing. It has power armor that's level 50, and is actually really good power armor. And what was the best? I think the best thing you should probably join is the Enclave, because it has the best power armor, but not the best things it can do. But launching nukes is totally awesome, so I kind of recommend the Enclave more than the Brotherhood of Steel. And I'll explain why in a second. And I'll explain what the Brotherhood of Steel is. Actually, you probably know already if you ever played other Fallout games, or Fallout 76 is your first Fallout game. But, fun fact, Vault-Tec actually launched the nukes. But, anyways, the Brotherhood of Steel is this thing. I kind of forgot that too. But basically, what it gives you is decent weapons. So, like, really good stuff. And it gives you, like, T61 armor, or T60 armor. That is confirmed as the best armor in the game. I'm not sure. One of my friends told me that it was the Enclave. I don't know if they're mixing it up, or they meant the Brotherhood of Steel. That's like level 50. But, anyways, what I was saying was, there's other factions, but, like, some of them you just randomly come across in your journey, like the Responders and, the Scorched. Now, the Scorched is an enemy, but I think it's like a faction again. But, but I recommend you only do the Enclave or the Brotherhood of Steel. It's kind of your choice. If you feel like doing double work, you could join both. That's the thing you can do. And I recommend doing both, because, like, I'm probably going to join the Brotherhood of Steel after I do everything in the Enclave. Or when I do some things in the Enclave. Our Brotherhood of Steel quests are kind of hard, so I recommend you do the Enclave first, and then the Brotherhood of Steel, because the Enclave is pretty goddamn easy. But I have one more thing to talk to you about before I end this video. And that's my total overall review. And this is also if you should buy this game or not. Now, my review on the game, I would say it is the best, and I mean the best, Fallout game I've ever played in the entire franchise of Fallout. You know why? 1, it's the first multiplayer Fallout game. 2, it's 10 times the size of Fallout 4, so the biggest map in the entire franchise. And 3, it's just a really good game. It's just a really good game. Like, those 2 reasons are, like, honest opinions, but that 3rd reason is just, it's a really good game. And my overall review out of 1 to 10 is a 10, because that is the best game I've ever played since the day I was born until now. And that would be the best game. If they make a better Fallout game than Fallout 76 later on in the near future, I will still have Fallout 76 as my best game list. Like, I only have, like, 3 games on my list. And one of them you probably know. The most popular free game out now. It starts with an F. You probably know that. And Fallout 76 is, like, probably my 2nd ranked best game in my entire list. And that's, you guys might think, like, oh, I don't give a crap, but it's like, for me, I feel like I'm giving them an honor right now, because I would say it's pretty hard to get on my list. Like, if they make the best game ever, then I would put them on my list. But, like, if it's not that bad, but if it's really bad, or if it's not good, but if it's, like, not bad, like, it's really, okay. I cannot speak today, but what I was gonna say is okay, I cannot speak. Okay, I'm probably gonna say like one more. I'm probably gonna say like if you should buy it or not, and just end it, cause like it's been like 25 minutes watching this. But my total review is 10 out of 10, and if you should buy or not. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do a little thing real quick. This green one represents yes. This red one represents no. Now I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna pick. And I'm gonna make a video, and if I choose no, I'm gonna make a video of, I'm gonna make a video proving to you that it's the best game ever. If I choose yes, I'll make the video about the bad things about this game. And if I choose no, I'll show you the good things about this game. Okay? Just full on good things about Fallout 76 and full on bad things about Fallout 76. I'm gonna close my eyes and switch around. Yeah, I'm just scrambling on my own right now. I don't even know which one I have in my hand, and literally the same side. Okay. Okay. That's enough shuffling. I chose red. That doesn't mean that you're not good. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't buy the game. You should buy the game. It's really good. But since I got red, I'm gonna make a video about all the good things about Fallout 76. And if you guys like that video enough, I'm probably gonna make a video, even though I didn't choose green, of all the bad things about Fallout 76. Well, thanks for watching, you guys. Hope you have a fantastic Fallout day. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.